Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Generation X Nation. I took a little time off from uploading videos and I definitely took a little time off from watching this show. So I went back and watched last week's episode recently. I just needed to take a break, from watching the Love and Marriage Huntsville because it is a show that just, you know, it's a show that keeps giving. I don't care what you say, it just keeps giving. You can do content about this show all day long because it never stops, which is a good thing, I guess, for the cast members because it keeps the ratings up. And from what I hear, the ratings are going up. So that's a plus. Um, the last episode I did watch is the girls' trip. And I know I'm a little behind the power curve with posting about the girls' trip, but I still like to give my take on it. Over here at Generation X Nation, I kind of give a perspective from an older point of view, how we would have done things back in our days, not necessarily saying what you're doing today is wrong, but we just kind of look at things from a different lens. Growing up as a Gen Xer, we see things through different lenses. And with that being said, we'll go ahead and get started. As far as the girls' trip, I just decided who was actually a friend and who was actually a foe on this trip because it was too many twists and turns for me. And from what I can see, everybody seemed very comfortable gathering two women. And those two women would have been the Sunny and Melanie. It seemed like to me they were the top two people that they felt they needed to talk to. And everybody was discussing, something in the confessionals about either Sunny or Melody. It just really baffled me. Like, okay, as all of you women are on this trip, and all I can hear y'all in the confessional doing is talking about Mel this or Mel that, Sunny this or Sunny that. Like nobody else was there. So I'm assuming the rest of you guys were just perfect. Y'all had nothing going on in y'all lives that needed to be discussed. So I felt it was a really big confrontational thing. Um, One thing I didn't like is this lady invited y'all to this cash trip, and some of y'all kind of, you know, um, sugar honey iced tea on her and her trip. It was very disrespectful, especially the two people that left. I know, Stormy, that was your big exit, but it just was rude. I don't know. Again, I say this all the time, who are raising you people? Because I don't know why you have to be so rude. If I'm somewhere I don't want to be, at the bare minimum, I can walk over and say, "Hey, I gotta go. Got something going on. I appreciate you bringing me here or inviting me here, or what the case may be," and then I'll leave. Just to get up and leave is freaking rude. And Trisha, I don't even know why you left. Melly ain't done nothing to you. You're just following a freaking leader, which most of those women do on that show that I noticed. And the reason y'all hate Mel because she know how to be independently happy. She know how to work with or without y'all. She know how to do things on her own. She doesn't need a group of people to get her motivated and to go. So that's what I do like about her. But the rest of y'all, I mean, you don't have to always group up on a person because it just doesn't make sense to me. So how can you tell if somebody's a friend or a foe before I start listing who I feel is friend or a foe? The definition of that is friends treat others with kindness and respect, while foes often show manipulative, selfish, or rude behavior, which they think no when they think no one is watching. So I want you to pay attention when they're sitting at the table, the different facial expressions, the different eye movement, and things like that, the different stuff they say in the confessionals, things like that. That lets you know who's really her friend. Um, I kind of wrote down who I felt were kind of friendly with her and who I felt were definitely, if I was male, I wouldn't F with them. Okay. We're going to start out with Letitia. I don't care how Letitia, slice it and dice it. Letitia is not a friend of Mel. And I mean friend like, hey, I'm riding with you, ride or die, we got this. Tisha will bail on Mel as soon as she can for the next best thing. She has shown and proven that. Now she'll smile at Mel's face, and if I need Mel for something, I'll give her a call, and I know she'll answer because we have a history, and our exes have a history. So out of respect for that relationship, Mel may answer and talk to Tisha and deal with Tisha. But the fact that Tisha won't tone her mama down and Tisha tends to say shady stuff to behind Mel's back in confessionals, and she seems to be the bone carrier, repeating what everybody say. Why would I be friends with you to that degree? Because I can't trust you. If I tell you something, I can't trust that as soon as it leaves my lips, it's going in somebody else's ear. So you're not very trustworthy. And I think that's one of the reasons that I don't think you're a friend to her. You are definitely a foe. Um, Sometimes you do have a little rude behavior or your facial expressions when she's talking, but you do pretend like, oh, this is so sweet, thank you, and all of that, because at the end of the day, even though you don't care for her, you know you don't want her to be more of an enemy in a sense where she cuts you off completely, because you never know when you need to come running back to her. That's how I feel about Tisha. I think Tisha is, and we're all, but I love Tisha and I love Marceau, and I'll repeat that over and over again. But I don't think Tisha is a true friend to Melody. Um, Kimmy, I think Kimmy is neither a friend or a foe. I think Kimmy is on the fence. Kimmy go whichever way the crowd is going. If Letitia and Destiny and Stormy and the rest of them don't like Melody, then Kimmy has an issue with Melody. But if Letitia and Destiny and Stormy and them are all cool with Melody, then Kimmy is cool with Melody. Melody hasn't done anything to Kimmy. Melody hasn't done anything to Letitia. But for some reason, they have a disdain for her or a disliking for her. And we trying to still figure out, where does it come from? That's where I'm trying to figure out. We'll move on to Stormy. We already know Stormy is definitely an enemy. She's a foe. We get it. You know, based on what your mama doing, based on how you act, based on the stuff you say in confessionals, based on your facial expressions, Melody talk. I know you don't like Melanie, and for whatever reason, the fallout happened. I don't know if you used that girl as a friend to get on this platform to help build your brand to a bigger audience. I don't know. Not saying you didn't have a business before. I've repeated it a million times. We know you had a business before the show, and we know you'll have a business after the show. How successful it be, we don't know. So maybe this was a way to open your businesses up to a larger platform. But for whatever reason, you have a very disdain for Melody. And again, other than this lady coming to your warehouse and you're pretending as or acting as though she called her up and told her, hey, go up there and show up to this lady warehouse and give me some pictures. Melanie didn't do that. Now, why that lady came has nothing to do with Melanie. She didn't make her come, and you guys taking it out on her is just ridiculous. And again, I do need to mention that my commentary is alleged and in my opinion and for entertainment purposes only. Moving on. Um, Trisha. She's neither a friend nor a foe. You just got on the doggone show. What in and for you to say what you said at that table about Melanie cheated too, girl, who you get that from? You have never had a conversation, from what I'm gathering. You have not had a conversation with this girl outside of this little cash trip, and the one time I think y'all was gathered together at a table, and you told her you had a boyfriend but you were still married. So how are you going to sit here and say you listen to what somebody else said? You don't know that. And if she did date somebody, it was long after homeboy was gone. She wasn't living in the house with him. That guy wasn't around her kids. Okay? But y'all listening to him. You listen to the man who cheated for 5 years and had a baby. Y'all gonna listen to him. Because a cheater is a liar. Because every day he come home to his wife, he's lying. You gonna listen to the liar. I digress. You have absolutely no reason to not like this lady. She has done nothing to you. But what you did is you pretty much made an enemy out of her. And when I say enemy, I don't mean she going to treat you bad. I'm saying you're going to close the doors to opportunities to be around her. She's not going to want to deal with you, and she's going to shut you down. Then you're going to say, oh, she got an attitude. She don't talk to me. Why? When you say something like that, I wouldn't talk to your ass neither. Just my opinion. Let's move on to Sunny. Sunny is definitely a friend because Sunny has been on the outside and the inside, and she was, producer when all this stuff went down with Melody and Martell. She understands what Melody went through. She sees how they treat her. She sees how they treat her to this day. So she gets it. And regardless of what anybody say, even though Melanie, questioned a little bit about the timeline, she's not going to treat Melanie bad because she understands it. And Melanie's like, hey, that's you his wife now, so what can they say? And Sonny, you got to do the same thing. Like, hey, I am now his wife. Get out of my business. I don't have to answer to any of you heifers. You did not have to answer to any of those heifers, Sonny. I repeat, you are the wife. You don't have to answer to any of those heifers. And that includes Destiny ass. Stop answering and apologizing to her because that man chose to marry you. Shit happens. She is grown as a woman. She needs to just get over it. I'm still baffled how in the hell she still can't get over Moses, but she don't even blink about LeBeric. So that tells me LeBeric was a marriage of convenience. It damn sure wasn't love. Moving on. Destiny. Whew. Lord, Destiny. Destiny is one of the most envious, jealous, narcissistic, mentally unstable woman, I'm gonna call her a girl, she's a grown woman, I've ever seen on a reality TV show. And I mean that with everything in me. She is so, she is not self aware of anything that she does, or either she chooses to freaking ignore it. Because it makes no sense for you to sit up there, you're hating on Sonny. Sonny is married to Moses and she don't owe you no damn explanation. I don't understand why you keep asking me about some fucking timeline and asking me about that hurt, this, that. You hurt. It happens. But you sitting there hurting, oh, that hurt, it was hurtful for me. Are you hurt about this girl trying to have a baby with her freaking husband? That's what married people do. Shut up. Then you turn, once you get over here, then you over there with your nose all up Melanie's ass. But then you go in the confessional, why they kissing her butt? Da 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 da. Really, Destiny? And you wonder why Melanie don't mess with you. Because we watch you on that girls trip say one thing while you sit at the table, and then I understand confessionals are filmed later on, so maybe in between that you had some exchange with Melanie. But when confessional came, you was singing a whole different fucking tune. That's why you cannot be trusted. That's why I don't care who think Destiny is a friend. If you are a female out here and you think Destiny is your road dog, you are freaking crazy. You are only good to Destiny until she can no longer use you, or she has used you up, or you no longer serve a freaking purpose for her in her life. She would toss your ass aside like trash. Destiny's a user. Destiny's a clout chaser. And Destiny is trying whatever way she can figure out to level up. That's what she's trying to do. You have a show, and I still haven't really watched it, but you have a show comes on every Monday with this so-called therapist, and that's what I'm going to call her because a lot of us have been to therapy. I ain't never seen a therapist like that. Just gonna be honest. But you sit there every freaking Monday and talk about Melanie. Don't make no sense. That's how I know you're envious and you're jealous. Because if I don't like a person, they F them. I ain't gonna sit there and fucking talk about them every day. Who cares? We don't get along. We don't F with each other. Keep it pushing. I wish you well. I'm still not going to hope you fail. I will hope you succeed. But why do you get up there every month? So basically, you're telling me your whole life existence, your whole mental health, your whole whatever you're going through mentally, your stress, your pain, anger is all because of Melanie? Because you don't talk about nobody else. It has nothing to do with your divorce, has nothing to do with your children, paying bills, how you gonna make ends meet, my business, none of that. Melanie is the source of all your damn stress and all your mental health issues. You are freaking delusional. And I know I was hard on Destiny, but I just, women like this just drives me freaking crazy. But I do understand a little bit about her because as you watch the show, she does, over the years, I remember I don't know, had a conversation with her dad. You never hear her mention her mom, so I don't know what that relationship was. But sometimes when women aren't, raised in an environment around a lot of other women, it's hard for them to form relationships with women. They form relationships with men close, they're closer to males. And so that's why Destiny seems to get along with the guys more, Martell, things like that. That's her best friend because, and I'm just saying allegedly and in my opinion, she probably was more around more men growing up. And so she easily can attach herself to a guy and make an actual platonic relationship with a guy easier than women because she don't have that compassion and softness that women have for each other. I don't see that in Destiny. So I will give her some grace on that. But at this point, you're 40 years old. You need to do better. Really need to do better. Cultivate better friendships. And I guarantee, and I will continue to say it, that shit with her and Stormy ain't gonna last long. Guarantee you. She running around there, Mississippi. She just cloud chasing with everybody. She running down there in Mississippi, hanging out with them. Ain't gonna last long. Um, Last one, Nell. I think Nell's a friend. Um, I just think Nell is at the point where she don't know how to be a friend to Melanie anymore. And because Melanie doesn't need her for the marital advice, Melanie just needs her just as a friend, somebody to call and check up on her. Hey, how you doing? How's the kids? What you do today? You know what I'm saying? Hey, are you going out of town anytime soon? How's the businesses running? Well, how's so and so doing in tennis? How is such and such doing in baseball? Just stuff like that. Do you need me to? I'm running to the store. You need me to bring anything back? Hey, I'm gonna be out of town next week. You want anything back? She is looking for that type of friend. Do you need somebody to watch the dogs while you out? I don't know if Melanie have dogs. I don't pay attention, but that's what she need. And Nell is so used to just being I need y'all to make it work. I need y'all marriages to stay together. Well, she no longer needs that advice because the marriage is done. So now what she needs you to do is to be that friend. Hey, I seen you on TV last night. Congratulations. I seen that interview. It was great. Hey, I seen your post. I love your outfit. And in turn, Mel do the same to her. Hey, Nell, you look good. I love this. I love that. How the kids doing? So that's the friend she needs. She doesn't need the mentor anymore because she obviously has 4 children, has businesses. She don't need anybody to mentor her. She just needs somebody to be, if that sounding board, if I'm stressing out and I can't reach, this person or that person, I can call you up and just stop by the house, have a glass of wine, sit by a fire on the back porch and just kind of get some life stuff off our chest. And it stays between y'all two. You don't run and tell Martell dumbass. She needs you to be that friend who can keep her secret. She needs that secret keeper, the person who won't say anything, the person who takes it to the grave. And it's kind of at the point where I'm thinking she's questioning that. Can I do that with you? Because you're still in contact with my ex. Because she would have done that with Destiny, but she realized Destiny will run back and tell. She's not sure about Tisha, because Tisha likes to carry the bones and tell business. And she can't hold water. Kimmy is on the fence. She don't really know if she can trust Kimmy or not. She don't know Trisha like that. She don't know Sonny like that. So, and Stormy, of course, doesn't speak to her, and she probably wouldn't tell her deep, dark secrets. So you're the one, Nell. You're the one who probably could be the closest to her, and you're slowly drifting away because you're busy trying to keep up with Kimmy and Stormy and Letitia and the rest of that little crew who don't like Melanie, and you're hanging out with them a lot. And that's not to say you can't hang out with them, but in her mind, she's saying, well, she hang with them too much, so now I got to pull back on what I tell her and be careful what I say to her, articulate well, and then I also have to make sure I choose my words wisely, because just in case she repeats what I said, I don't want it to come out the wrong way. That's where I see that friendship at. I think she's still a friend. I just don't think you're the friend that she needs her to be. But at the end of the day, everybody on that trip at some point was coming after her. And all she was Melanie. And all she was doing was trying to have some fun. You're bringing up her ex-husband. Why? They've been divorced for 4 years. I keep saying that. Why you keep bringing this up? That lady has moved on. She's raising her kids. She's getting her businesses off the ground. She's traveling the world. She's hosting award shows I just seen lately, doing interviews. He is not a factor other than she has to drop them kids off and pick them up. Y'all bring him up. So let the show move on without them two being the center of your conversations. As we said before, and I'm going to get off here, but as we said before, Letitia, you had a lot of shit going on in your family, and then all of a sudden it stopped. Stormy has some stuff going on in her family, and all of a sudden it stopped. Let's focus on some other stuff, because the Mel and Martell line is dead. And I don't care. Y'all tell me, I'll bring Cole. What is Cole's all gonna say on the show? What is she gonna come and fucking tell us? Seriously. Nobody wants to see her on the fucking show. Your ratings are going up. Keep it that way. Trisha and Ken, There's a 50-50 chance on there. I don't really care for them because of the way they came in, but they may redeem themselves next season. You give people at least 2 to 3 seasons before you get tired of them. Okay? But don't let that be the storyline forever. Fix that. Okay? Fix that. We don't want to see them 7, 8 months, years later, they still married. Fix that and get that storyline together. Like find other storylines. Talk about your own shit. It's supposed to be black excellence. You guys are supposed to be the land developers, entrepreneurs, opening businesses and bars and clubs and hair shops and real estate and building homes and build. Let's see more of that. Because right now, we are sick and tired of y'all sitting down in every freaking conversation in every house reverted back to Melody. When Kim was talking to her husband, Maurice, Melody became the center of the conversation. When Tisha was talking to Marceau, Melody became the center of the conversation. When Trish and what's her name was talking, it was like, that's the center of the freaking conversation. Y'all was bypassing the Sunny and Destiny. Y'all brought it up here and there, but it always reverted back to Mel. Stop making her your conversational piece. Find something else to talk about. Because right now, only person on this list I see is a half-ass friend is damn Sunny, who don't know Destiny that well, and Nell. Everybody else, two of y'all on the fence, and a couple, and the rest of y'all definitely ain't her friend. So with that, figure it out. Because next season, if it's renewed for next season, I don't want Mel and Martell to be the center and the focus. And I don't want Destiny, Moses, and Sunny to be the center of the conversation. Because damn it, whether y'all like it or not, Sunny is married to Moses, period. Point blank. They're not doing it over. Ain't no redos. They ain't gonna go get unmarried. They are freaking married. Destiny, move the fuck on, find something for us to like you about. Do something else and sit there and get mad at Melanie every damn day or talk about Sonny and Moses every day. Find something else to talk about. Your life is more focused on their lives than your own. Stop focusing on what the fuck they doing. And go do your shit. Ain't nobody sitting at home every day worried about what their ex-boyfriend, ex-husband is doing. They done moved on. You need to do the same. And with that being said, because Destiny, every time that name comes up, I don't know what it is, and I don't hate Destiny because I don't know her personally. Everything I said in this commentary is alleged and in my opinion for entertainment purposes only. And again, I do all of my feedback based on what I see on screen and what you give me from the television. I don't know you personally, and I don't dislike you in real life. But your characters that you portray on television is what I rate you on. Destiny, probably a beautiful person. I don't know. But what I can see, she's probably probably the least liked person that I like on the show. And I don't hate nobody. Like I said before, I love some Marceau and Tisha. And I love Stormy and Courtney. I hate to see them go. Wishing Stormy well. Apparently the trip was her big exit. She didn't say goodbye. I'm assuming she'll show up on the interview or on hopefully she'll show up on one of the episodes and give a formal goodbye. If not, then she just basically told us F you and kept it pushing. Good luck to you, Stormy. Good luck to you, Courtney. And that's my commentary. If you like what I say, please, like I say, like and subscribe to my channel. It's a small channel. I'm still trying to grow. I appreciate any likes. I appreciate any comments. I try to do more content as I find the time. Again, this ain't a full-time job for me. It's just something I like to do as a hobby. I appreciate everybody who has listened to my commentaries and my videos so far. And with that being said, you guys have a wonderful day. Peace and best of luck to everybody. And this is Gen X Nation out.